Hey champ, if you're anything like me, even a little bit, you have electricity pumping through you right now, keeping your blood moving around and whatnot. If you're anything else like me, you probably wonder how we harness that same stuff to power things we use every day. Phones, laptops, remotes that mysteriously disappear into the vacuum of space, even toothbrushes. Batteries are used everywhere. There are different theories about when the first real batteries actually came around. Some people say there were some ancient forms of battery all the way back in Mesopotamia, but those people are silly geese. Some people might also pin the Leyden jar as the first battery, but today we're talking about batteries that hold their own charge, like big boys. The real first battery was Italian, like its creator, Alessandro Volta. He saw Luigi Galvani do some pretty neat stuff. He's the guy that showed us that frog legs will dance around all silly-like when they're wrapped in a metal, then touched with another type of metal. But Galvani thought that this was caused by electricity stored in the muscles of the frog and called it animal electricity. And a lot of people really liked that idea, even though it was way off the mark. We know now it wasn't stored in the muscles, and the frog legs were just a conductor for what was actually going on. And Volta knew that, because he was a big brain boy. That's how, in 1800, we got the Volta battery, which at the time was basically a bunch of wires stacked on top of each other with paper and salt water, all in a pile. A voltaic pile. A voltaic column, if you're fancy. That became one of the first ways we stored energy instead of just rubbing two things together and picking up leaves with it, with static electricity. So Volta switched things up, added different metals, stretched it out, threw it around a bit, and made weaker and stronger currents. Over time, we really just did the same thing. We threw different things together until we figured out how to make the little batteries we have today, using basically the same principles. Batteries we use today store chemical energy that casts a few mana and creates electrical energy. All in all, Volta was a pretty smart dude. His voltaic pile led a few guys across the pond to discover electrolysis and create electrochemistry. Napoleon was so impressed with the demonstration he gave that he made him a count and a senator of Lombardy. And in 1881, the Volt was named in his honor, solidifying his big brain in history for good. By the end of his life, Volta was probably pretty happy with his accomplishments. By his later years, pretty much anywhere he went, something was named after him. Even recently, an eel, Electrophorus volti, was named in his honor in 2019. So now you know batteries are as Italian as pizza and curly mustaches. Do whatever it is you choose to do with this information. Oh, and he also discovered methane.